If you're a player that's constantly losing the puck out in front of your body or down into your feet, then this is the video for you. We're going to talk about how we maintain possession of the puck, how we maximize our ability to control it, and it all starts with that word posture and how we hold our stick. Once we have those things, we can then move on to that vision, our deception, our passing and shooting. But we've got to make sure we have that fundamental piece on how to maintain control of the puck. First, let's set the scene about why it's so important that we have maximum control of the puck. Take Connor Bedard, one of the best players in the world. He had this incident a couple years ago, and it was very serious. He was skating up the ice, and he bobbles the puck. No matter who you are, if you bobble the puck, you have to look down. When you look down, you're vulnerable, and it's likely you're going to have a turnover. But the biggest thing is you're at serious risk of being injured. So Connor Bedard is reaching for a puck that's out in front of him because he bobbled it out in front of him, and he was checked right into his face, and he broke his jaw, leaving him out for months. This is super serious, guys. It's something that you cannot underlook. I'm telling you, NHL players are constantly working on their posture, their stick handling abilities, and we need to do the same. There's two main issues we're going to have when we're skating on the ice with the puck. The first one is that the puck goes out in front of us and we lose it out away from our body. This one is almost always caused by our posture. If my chest is down and I have my hand in front of my body like this, I most likely only have about 1 inch of my blade on the ice. So now when I'm carrying my puck, I'm losing that puck right underneath my toe all the time. If that's the case, the puck is going to continue to want to push forward because I keep hitting it with the bottom of my blade. This is actually a simple fix, but it's not necessarily easy based on how long you've been playing and what habits you've built up. How we're going to correct it is we bring our knees forward. If our knees come forward, I hopefully can bring my chest up and stay tall like this. So when I'm skating like this, now instead of having my hand right in front of me, where my hands are really close like this, I'm going to bring it to the side of my body. So now every time I'm stick handling, my blade hopefully will be flat. Another thing to note is how your stick is lying on the ice. If you hear this when you're stick handling in the off-ice room versus this is good. That's the middle of my blade. This is my heel. And you can also tell by looking at the tape on your stick, if your heel is really worn down, that means you're using almost all of your heel to do everything. We want our tape to be worn all the way through our blade. The second most common error that we're going to have is that the puck goes down into our feet as we're skating. So instead of going out and away from us, it's coming down into our feet, which can be just as concerning because now I'm looking down right into my feet and I have no idea what's around me. What happens when we're first starting out in hockey is that we learn that we need to rotate our top wrist in order to control the puck. That's how we stick handle. We do these movements. Well, I think what happens to a lot of players is that we over-rotate this wrist. Because we're taught that, we think that it's a big movement, and it's actually a very small movement unless we're doing things away from our body and toe drags and things like that. If we're just trying to handle the puck and control it, we need to keep this movement pretty small. So what we're going to use is this line right here to take a look at the angle of our blade and how it's rotating. I always tell my players it kind of looks like a snake. So if you're kind of dipping your blade in and out and moving your hands with it, this is the motion that we definitely do not want. This is what's going to cause that ball or that puck to go right down into your feet, and it'll happen fairly quickly. So watch right here. If I do that little snake motion, it goes right down into my feet. I'm constantly hitting the ball with the back of my blade, which is forcing it downward. We don't want that, and I also don't want to push it away from me. So what we need is, with that good posture that we showed earlier, we're going to just make these very small movements. And I want my blade to be perfectly parallel with this line every time I stick handle. So if I rotate like this, you can see my blade is intersecting the line this way. Same thing on this side, it's intersecting that way. That means that ball will be coming down into my feet. I need this blade to be perfectly parallel with that line. This is what we're looking for versus this one. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Once you get this stuff down with the angle of your blade and your posture, that's when we can really start diving into all those harder deception plays, harder puck protection plays, And then obviously the big one is vision. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Let me know what other videos you would like to see.